Be prepared for highly offensive language from the start and throughout, and adult and sexual themes.
Double bubble! Scoop and Gail have officially left the building in the first real double eviction of the series, and they weren't even nominated. It was double the drama, with 2 Americans and 2 Brits facing the chop, but both sides of the Atlantic are officially a member down. It's so sad. Well, tonight we've got a show fuller than Jenna's derriere, and Scoop and Gal will be joining me here shortly to dish all the dirt on their time in Chateau BB. We've got all the latest fallout from the house, and clear your landing strips, because Air Island's going to be taking to the skies again tonight. They're top 6. And no, I've not got no more peanuts to fill up. We've got so much to touch upon. I've invited 3 of the filthiest people I know to undress the issues. It is time to meet tonight's panel. He's got the voice of an angel and he's an handsome devil. It's my Jake Quickerdad. Look at the smile. Look, he does that, like, that little, like, hey smile. He's got one of them, hasn't he? My next one's Ed, more dirty laundry than Doc Cotton, and he didn't hear it through the grapevine, because he is the grapevine. It's Dan Word. And finally, I've told her I'm not looking for anything serious. She keeps coming back. She's me booty call on speed dial, basically. It's Michelle Bizarre. Right, let's get stuck straight in. Scoop and Gail have vacated the BB bungalow. Mishi, have the right people gone?
I'm really sad to see Scoop out. I did not expect that at all. I really did not. He was the peacemaker in the house. He was the house mom. So I don't know who they're going to go to now.
Jake, what about you? You happy it's them 2?
Yeah. No. I love Scoop. When he first went in, I wanted him to win. I kind of want him to follow me around in my day-to-day life and just start shouting shit.
Jake's in the car! Jake's in the car!
That's it. And the place is going to be an absolute shithole now Gail's gone, because nobody's going to clean it.
Oh, it's going to be filthy in there.
So basically, it's going to be fights, and they're going to be living in shithole, so it's brilliant.
They are. Dan, what were you making of the reactions? I mean, I was watching, I couldn't help feel a bit for Scoop. Like, he seemed genuinely gutted, didn't he?
Yeah, but he just needed to talk a little bit less in terms of those big speeches, give a little bit more in terms of the drama. He was never going to win. I think he's got a massive, gigantic ego, actually.
I'm so glad you said ego. I thought this was another type of show. What do you think? Are we happy? Put your hands up.
For me, I'm happy they both gone. I think they're both quite neutralisers in the house. They both try to keep things quite calm. But with them gone, think of everything that's going to erupt, think of the great TV we're going to have, and think about everything that's going to happen now. Austin's going to cause arguments with Jenna and Farrah continuously, and it's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger with Bobby as well.
Chloe might even say, shush, darling, again.
Exactly. It's going to be fantastic TV, so yes, the right 2 people did go tonight.
Oh, no, you don't have to shoot, don't agree. She's got a finger out.
No, I'm not happy. Scoop is out. I'm absolutely disappointed. I'm crying right now. I'm crying. Because, listen, Scoop, from day one, he's been nothing but entertaining. From day one, he's brought fun, he's brought entertainment, and he's been a peacemaker. I am so unhappy.
Everyone is a bit split, but both of them, as you just said, they tended to avoid the confrontation in the house, unless push come to shove and they got involved a little bit. Do you think, Michelle, any of the housemates are relieved that they're out? Because, I mean, let's look at Jenna and Farrah, for instance. They like an argument. But you know, Scoop always stops that from happening? Do you think maybe they'll come
I don't think
forward?
Scoop did stop it from happening. They still
He
did their thing.
did.
I think he was there as a sounding board. Honestly, in the beginning, he tried to stop it, and they were all like, shut up, get out of the way, I'm still going to fight anyway. And tonight, that's what happened. I don't think that he stopped the fights anyway. Will there be more? Yeah, there's going to be more. But I missed his voice of reason. There is literally no reason. Well, Natasha can do it. She can reason if she steps up in that role.
I think she's near breaking point, Natasha. I think
Do you
she's
think?
gonna
Do you reckon?
snap.
Yeah.
I can sense it. How do you think the House is going to deal with them two gone? Because I think when Gail went, you could see people were a little bit upset. But with Scoop going, I think people, it was the shock on
Yeah, but
people's
Scoop
faces
was
tonight.
35 going on 65, really. And I just feel like we don't need him in that house calming everyone down because we don't want people to become... I completely agree with you with Tash. You just
She's
see
there.
it
I can
in
see it.
her
She's just
face.
waiting to
And there's an explosion wanting to come. We want to see that explosion. I think Gail couldn't hack it in the nicest possible way, and it's best for her that she's out.
So now it's Gail, bye.
Gail, bye! She's got all the lines with that zone. Oh, well, listen, let's move on to the housemates who survived being on the Big Brother chopping block tonight. Why do you think the public kept Janice and Stevie and Chloe?
Are you kidding me?
I'm asking. I've just got asked legally.
I mean, because now they're conveniently having issues. So we're going to want to see how that goes. And Janice, we're still waiting for Janice to be Janice. We're waiting for that moment.
Janice
of
is, at the moment, Janice is Janice. We want Janice!
That's me,
Yeah.
And we're waiting
Richard,
for...
do you like the leg bevel as well there? You can't see that on the camera. Got a little leg bevel going on there.
We're waiting and praying. And Jenna wants to have it out with Janice, so we're waiting for that moment.
Do you think Stevie and Chloe, Jake, are going to grow a bit maybe in confidence now? Because you've lived with them.
Yeah, I lived with them, and you know what? They're so nice. Like, they really are. And I know, like, they've been getting a bit of stick. But I think if they was in there separate, then they'd be better.
Yeah, because
Does
it's
that make sense?
fake. I mean,
No,
come on.
I wouldn't say that.
No, because
I
Rylan,
wouldn't say
you've
that.
got to admit, since last week, when I was on the show saying this is a complete showmatch, I think the whole country now has started to see this, now agrees this is completely fake. That doesn't mean they're not amazing TV and they should stay in. But, Jake, this is not
I
a
just
real
think when you've got
romance.
someone
It's not
in there
real.
with you that you're having to think about and care about and
You're half
worry
the
about,
person,
then you're
technically.
half the person you are. Stevie in the X Factor house was always walking around in that mankini. And it was hell. It was hell. Every day of my life I woke up and saw a bollock. And do you know what?
Sounds like a nice life to me.
But it was funny, and I just think, as much as they are together and they love each other, in there's so many big characters, they're holding each other back. And I think if one of them was to go, like in a twist, and I think you'd maybe see the best out of the other one, and hopefully they'd stick together through that.
What? Yeah, go on the clap. Jake loves the clap. I'll put it out there. What are we making of Janice and Stevie and Chloe staying? Happy?
Janice had to stay. Janice is wonderful. As has been said by the panel, we haven't seen the real Janice yet. So we've got to have her there longer to see the real Janice come out. It's no good her going out this week.
Someone's piping up. Who was that?
I don't think you've seen the real Janice because she got that warning right at the beginning. She got that warning and then she like stopped and was quiet after
Do you think
that.
we're going to see Janice come back?
I don't know because she's got that final warning, didn't she, from Big Brother?
She might be just being on her best behaviour. We don't know. Listen, look, they've obviously got a lot to say. They're shouting at me. They're putting their hands up. Someone's cocking their leg behind her head. But for now, give them a clap. Come on, give them a clap. We have a clap. Well, listen, I've got to just say this. She's the girl next door. She can slip her fingers through my letterbox any day of the week. Cue the music. It's the gorgeous Emma Willis. I'm all right. Babe.
Babes.
Babe, how was it?
Oh, I loved tonight. I loved tonight, but I didn't love tonight. I loved tonight because it was a great show, and they're two brilliant talkers. You know,
Which is perfect.
It's kind of like, you know, I think we kind of knew whoever came out tonight, we were going to have really good, fun interviews with lots of kind of insight into what's going on. But I agree with the lady in the audience. I loved Scoop, and I thought he was brilliant from day one. And And like Michelle said, you do need a rational mind in there. And he wasn't just rational and boring. He was fun as well.
Well, this is a lot of people.
You know, he was
saying this.
loud and a
Are you
big
shocked?
character. Yeah, I am. But, you know, never underestimate Janice because she is so well loved. And was it Dan that was just saying, you know, the whole, oh, are they going to break up with Chloe and Stevie now is... Funnily enough, a couple of people said to me a couple of weeks ago, I reckon they're on there to break up on telly. And I was like, what? And now those people are calling me going, what did I say? I was like, oh my God.
Do you think there could be a little plan involved?
I go from not believing it to believing it and just going, they're just, you know, two kooky individuals who have come together, and who are we to judge what kind of people they are and if they're in a genuine relationship.
True so.
And then something else will happen and I'll go, see, now you're making me not believe it again. And I just kind of sway back and forth with
what you think.
with my opinion. But, you know, that's what this show does.
Right, well, I've had a lovely time talking about tonight, but we want to get down and dirty.
Oh!
Eviction showdown on Friday. All right, so she's put her arm out. Right, what can we talk about? So, all of the housemates are currently...
So, you're going to
I'm going to open the lines in a bit.
tonight.
Yeah,
and
feel really
all
important
of the
tonight.
We thought we'd give you something important
Thank
to
you.
do.
I really appreciate it.
All of the housemates are going to be up.
Yeah.
So, and it's, as usual, vote to save.
Yeah.
So, on Friday, the 4 housemates with the most votes will be safe.
Good luck to them.
Good luck to them. So they can breathe easy. They're not going anywhere on that night. But even though they're safe, doesn't mean...
They're not involved.
They won't have a dilemma to face.
Oh, we love a dilemma! Give me a bit more.
No.
A little bit more.
No.
A little bit of tour, a little bit.
A little, like, tip.
Just a...
No.
Oh, all right. Well, listen...
Did I tease you then?
Yeah, I got a tingle with the tease. I'm not going to lie. Sorry, Dan. Well, listen, let's talk about the rest of tonight's action. What were you making of the argument? Chloe and Austin?
That's a tricky one.
It's so hard. I'm trying to sit there and think
It
what I
is so
think.
hard. And Chloe has her issue.
Yeah.
And that is Chloe's business.
100%.
How Chloe deals with it day to day is entirely up to her. And just because you might be fine for 5 days doesn't mean you're not going to have a day when you feel like you can't deal.
100%.
So I think you can get Austin's point to an extent because it was his brother who is no longer with us, and, you know, he has all those emotions going on in his head. But no one will understand Chloe's issue unless they have the same issue. So, you know...
Each to their own.
Well, yeah, I mean, you have to just kind of go, you know what, it disappointed me, but I'll try and understand.
Well, let's move on to Jenna and Natasha.
Yes.
Jenna's apology, where has that come from?
I think that has come from her going back in the house and feeling a little bit silly.
Do you think it's more embarrassment?
I felt quite sorry for Jenna, actually, because you kind of saw the realisation on her face and you felt like... You could see that she felt like a real dick, that everybody was... Well, that everybody was laughing at her, and it's not nice when everybody laughs at you. But then you kind of go on the flip side, you've sat there for 2 days going, yeah, we've got this, and you were going to march in there, and this, that, and the other, blam!
Blam!
And now the kind of... It's been flip reversed. Now the game is not going your way. You're not too keen on it.
I think
you
it
know?
might be a bit of damage
so
limitation.
But I think what Austin may have said may have struck a chord with her, that Farrah is dragging you down. Because I
You saw that when they went back in, you could see it in her eyes.
She
was
kind
like,
of
what?
sat, when she said it, you kind of saw her sit there going, and I'm not saying she's backtracking because I don't think she's that kind of person.
No.
I think she will stay loyal to Farrah unless something genuine happens between them and they have a bust up. But I think maybe she's starting to think. And I think now that she's seeing people like Scoop leave, who are well loved on the inside, and Gail leave, who are well loved on the inside, and all these people that they've got conflict with are staying, maybe she's going to start to think,
And
rat-row.
we need to talk about really hard-hitting news. I don't want to bring anyone down, but I do have to get serious. The Mankinis come back. What are your views? What are your thoughts? It's a very, very serious matter and we have to talk about it.
I don't want to think about it, because if I think about it, it's in my brain. If it's in my brain, you know, I'll fall asleep tonight and I might have a nightmare.
I'm glad you said nightmare. On that note, give it up for Emma. Scoop and Gail are going to be here to tell us all about their time in the house. Plus, Air Ryland is taxiing, ready for takeoff. There it is. Look at her. Look at her. You might want to find something tasty to suck on as we take to the skies. I'll see you after the break. Filthy. Welcome back to Celebrity Big Brother's bit on the side. We have got the latest from the house, plus my A, B and C-list panel. You can guess what one's what. We'll be dissecting all of tonight's action. You like that, Michelle?
I'm not impressed.
But first, as I said before the break, we heard from Emma about Friday night's eviction showdown. So, if you want to save your fave, here's all the numbers you need. This week, all housemates face the public vote. The 4 housemates with the most votes will be safe, and the remaining housemates will face an eviction twist. Who stays? You decide. From a landline, call 090 20 44 24 and add the number of the housemate you want to save. From a mobile, call 6 44 24 and add the number of the housemate you want to save. For Austin, add 01. For Bobby, add 02. For Farah, add 05. For James, add 07. For Janice, add 08. For Jenna, add 09. For Natasha, add 10. For Sherry, add 12. For Stevie and Chloe Jasmine, add 13. Calls to the long number will cost 50p plus your network access charge. Calls to the short number will cost 50p. Or you can vote via the Big Brother app, where 2 votes will cost you 99p. Voting closes in Friday's eviction show. If you're watching on catch-up after that or outside the UK, please don't vote. Votes cast after lines close won't count. You can find terms on the Big Brother website. There you go, the lines are now open. Make sure you vote to save your fave. But I've got 2 evictees waiting in the wings to tell all about their time in the BB Manor. I want to know, was it Nightmare in Elstree? Or 00 Heaven? So, let's bring the first one out. He's the man with the legendary voice, but he was sadly bass-dropped from the house this evening. Single ladies, I can't hear y'all. Single ladies, make noises for Mesco! You all right? You good? Come take a seat.
I'm good, brother.
Oh, Scoop.
What's happening?
How you feeling?
I'm good.
So much love
Thank you.
for you.
Thank
It's
you.
unreal.
Thank you.
How are you feeling to be out?
I'm feeling good. You know, it's funny. I gotta put this on because I'm so used to this thing. Like I feel uncomfortable without it.
When I
feel
left,
good.
I kept going like that. Pulling,
Yeah.
I ain't even got nothing now.
Yeah, I feel good.
I've got to ask you, you know, you had the chance to get yourself up for nomination
Mm-hmm.
if you were to talk about the girls. Are you proud that you stuck to your guns and you
Man,
didn't speak about them?
I make it very simple for you. I'm a man of conviction, okay? You know, one thing I don't do, where I'm from, you don't slag your friends. You stand by your friends. And you know something? If that meant that I go down, as long as I can look my daughter, my son, and the British public in the face, I'm good, man. I'm good.
Not always about the game. Loyalty.
And, you know, on a side note, I'd like to say that I spoke to you for about 6 minutes before I went into the house.
did.
And you told me a couple of things that I never forgot.
What was that? I'm nervous now. What was that?
You told me some crazy stuff, but we won't get to that. You told me, you said, be yourself. You said, if you have something to say it, because the British public is going to want you to say it anyway.
Yeah.
And then you said, they can't edit what you don't do.
Exactly. You
And
can't show what you don't say.
You can't show what you can't say. And And for me, I always followed those rules. But what was more important to me was how I handled myself when Farrah and Jenna were fake evicted. Now, everybody that's the time that people just take the time to do what we call just digging on you.
Yeah.
And
we saw that.
Yeah, but you know something? I don't do that to my friends. And I told people clearly, respect them, they're gone, treat them in a respectful manner. But I would like to say something about every single person in that house. See, I come from a place where when you're not strong anymore, people do what they call riding on you.
Yeah,
so when
they'll put you down.
They'll put you down, they'll take you down. It's strength, because when you have no strength in numbers, they take you down. Every person in that house when Jenna and Farrah left was very respectful to me. They treated me with class. They showed me love. So I have friends from all over here from now on, period. Those are my people.
Yes! Well, listen, there's something I've got to say to you. You walked in now, Fat Man Scoop, but you have walked out Thin Man Scoop. Take a look at this.
Okay.
Do you feel guilty for sitting around the house doing nothing all day? Do you feel the need to stuff your face to make you feel better? Then it's time for you to get Scoop Skinny with Not So Fat Man Scoop. In this revolutionary program, Scoop will show you how to burn calories and speed up your metabolism with Scoop Stair Master. Build up a body strength with the
No fucks given, no fucks given.
Tone those quads and glutes with the Sit Your Ass Down.
Sit your ass down.
Transform the way you eat by avoiding unhealthy treats. And keep your mouth otherwise occupied. The program includes words of encouragement from the man himself.
I can't do it.
To motivate and inspire.
This is some real bullshit.
You too could go from this to this. See the effect it has on your life.
Farrah was talking about how you'd be like really great boyfriend.
Fat Man Scoop, give me your and I can put it in my ass.
So let Scoop show you the way to Scoop a Skinny. But, or our parent company, Big Brother, will not be responsible or liable for any injury or harm you sustain as a result of undertaking this method.
You have done so well. You look amazing, but Scoop, listen, I've got a present for you.
What you got?
Because in my eyes, you were definitely, I can say it now, you're one of my favourites.
Thank you, bro.
And I think, to me, you're an honorary Brit. So I've made you your very own Fat Mandana. Look at that! No!
Let's get there.
I love that. And listen, that's not all.
What?
Because housemates that come on this show don't go away empty-handed.
Okay. What
It's
you giving?
time for Ryland's Farewell Fangs. Come with me. Come with me. I've got to show you this because listen, it's all lovely. You've had some gifts, Scoop, but this is it's time for the moment, Scoop. It's here. Time for the moment that they all dread because it's time for you to turn red. You're out, but we still love you, and he's going to be joining my panel. So give it up for Scoop. Right, it's now time to bring out our second evictee of the evening. She came, she cleaned, she cried, but unfortunately, she didn't conquer, as tonight you decided that it was time for Gail to leave the house. Now, she might have been as clean as a whistle in there, but she is ready to dish me some dirt. Please welcome the gorgeous Gail Porter!
What doesn't kill you makes you strong.
Oh, Gail! I said this when Chris Ellison come out, but you look like the most excited to be out of the house.
Oh, do you know what? Thank you for having me. It's been an experience, as I'm sure many people have done it before. You can't even explain it. They're bonkers, and it's just, well, you know, you've done it, and it's the boredom as well. It's just like we've had 2 days of nothing, just kind of going. Ooh, and today I was going, please let me out. And Scoop was going, you don't need it, man. You don't mean it. I was like, I don't want it.
Just having a casual moment. Well, listen, do you know what I've got to ask you? I know that you seem like you are genuinely happy to be out of there.
I am. Do you know what? It doesn't feel like it's going to be a winner because there's so much arguing going on, and you know the you know, fake
Well, this is
nominations.
what I want to ask you
and
about, because did you purposely not take part in sort of the slagging, thinking, do you know what, if I don't do it, I know because of the flip reverse, I will be up for eviction. And
yeah,
hopefully
well,
I'll go.
I had a conversation with Scoop, and I just said it's just not in my nature, and if I get voted out, I've stuck by what I can't do it. I tried, and I just thought, do you know what, So then I thought, if I come out and know that I haven't been a bitch just for the sake of it, then I know that I've won in my own heart, so...
Oh, Gail, you have faith, you have. Go on.
And that is going to be one dirty-ass house now.
Well, this is the thing. One thing you can never be accused of is, like, not washing up. But, in my eyes, I was looking and I was thinking, do you know what? You're like our little resident Cinderella. Or should I say, kitchen porter. Let's have a little look at your box bits.
Oh, no.
A couple of weeks ago, in a land called Borehamwood, 15 famous folk entered the celebrity Big Brother house. Among them was one very hard-working housemate who came to be known as a sort of Cinderella.
Good morning. You are Cinderella.
A bold Cinderella.
Hello, Cinderella.
Cinderella. Cinderella, 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 Cinderella.
Right, cup of tea, anyone?
But this was no ordinary fairy tale, for cooking, cleaning and tidying were all that kept this Cinderella sane.
What an idiot.
Yeah, you are an idiot.
I offer it, so it's
Yeah,
not
because
just...
you're too nice.
I love the mop, but I don't dry hump it 24/7.
Our celebrity Cinders would constantly fetch and carry for her supermodel stepmother.
So just peanut butter, or do you want Nutella?
Both, peanut butter and Nutella. You forgot something. Come back here.
I just about finished the dishes. I'll be back with you in a moment.
But in a twist to the traditional tale, this Cinders wasn't bothered about going to the ball.
I'm not even going to bother getting dressed up.
Instead, she took solace in making the surfaces in the house shine.
Disgusting. I've just cleaned the shit up off the seat.
And that's how Cinders survived. And some might say, thrived.
Oh, that's so nice. Just the sound of a mop.
That was until the not-so-fair fairy god-butler Burrell banned our Cinders from serving the rest of the house.
No, I don't like it. I want to wash the dishes. I just want to know when I can start cleaning.
The two facets to this fairy tale, which were not so far removed from the famous one, were Cinder's two ugly sisters from the States.
Like, you better cook in there right now. Why are you here? Go fucking work. I'll see you later.
Selfish motherfuckers, this is my bathtub, clean it up.
If I wasn't cleaning the dishes, I don't think she'd know I was here.
But this story did have a happy ending, when the great British public rescued our Cinders from the house, and she met a more modern sort of Prince Charming.
I'll be your modern prince. That is our God. Were you not conscious of how much you were physically cleaning in that house?
I mean, literally, what happened...
Gail, if you're bored, I've got an house that can have a lovely little spring clean, babe.
I think Janice wanted to take me home, and I think I had a few offers. But literally, what happens is when the lights come on in the morning, we've got all the shutters down, so you don't know what time it is or anything like that. The shutters would come up, I'd be like, go! And I'd straight to the kitchen going, dirty bastard.
Well, listen, one thing that I absolutely loved about you was there could be World War III going on in that house. There was only one thing on your mind. So I've made you a little present. It's your very own blend of Gail's tea. Look! Hey! I'm going to put that there and you can take that home with you because that is beautiful. But
Thank
listen,
you.
Gail, you know people on my show don't go away empty-handed. I'm not like that. I'm a nice host. So here's your very own set of Ryland's farewell thanks. It's a little toothy to roll, but come with me.
Thank you so
Because we've got
much.
to do the formalities, Gail.
All
You
right,
know
okay.
the drill. So listen, this is the moment they all dread.
Oh, look at the mess.
And look at the... Oh, she's cleaning. She's cleaning. This is the moment that they all dread because, Gail, spin round. It's time to turn red.
Oh, thank you.
Give it up for Gail, everyone. Come here, then. Coming up, we're going to be taking an exclusive look at all the fallout after Scoop and Gail's dramatic departure from the house. Plus, we'll be putting them under the box spotlight as they face probing questions from our fellow audience. I'll come down here.
There we go.
Remember, just after... Don't touch the housemates. I'll see you after the break. Well done, Gail. Welcome back to Celebrity Big Brother. Brothers bit on the side. Still to come, Scoop and Gail will be getting an almighty grilling from our bots, diners and audience. Plus, I'll be making sure your tray tables are firmly upright and your seatbelts are securely fastened because Air Ryland is going to be taken to the skies. Oh, yes. Look at her. But first, away from all the evictions, there was still plenty going on in the house. We've got our panel here to give us their verdict, and they've been joined by tonight's Big Brother victims. Let's give it up again for Scoop and Gail. Let's get cracking. Jake, why do you think things kicked off so quickly tonight in the house when we saw the argument?
What? Yeah,
yeah, where's it? I will fill you in.
Fill us in.
I think it's a proper touchy subject
Yeah.
because I can see where Austin's coming from because I've lost a brother myself. So the fact that Chloe didn't get up to do this, to do the toast,
Yeah.
I kind of understand where he's coming from because it to him seems
would hurt.
disrespectful. Yeah, it seems. But also, not having an addiction, I can't comment on what Chloe's been through. So
Yeah.
until you've been through that and you've had an addiction, then you can't comment. So she's got her side, he's got his side, and it's just something that just happened and it exploded.
Yeah.
And unfortunately it happened, and I'd feel bad for both of them, to be honest.
Well, looking on Twitter, I mean, Michelle, we've seen a lot of people have got a comment on this. A lot of people said Austin maybe did go a little bit too far and didn't take into consideration Chloe's feelings there. What do you
No,
think
I
of it?
disagree. I think each had a very strong point of view. He was hurt. That was his brother. Everybody came in. She was told to stay in bed. You have your own mind. Get out of bed.
Yeah.
This is my whole... And I understand she's dealing with something very, very deep, very hard. I've got many friends in the program. I understand. But at the same time, general blanket statement, if you can't be around alcohol, the Big Brother house is not a place to be. End of story. Don't do it.
Chloe's dealing with that in her own way.
No,
Austin
I get
was
it, I get it.
hurt,
But I'm just saying, it's it's temptation. It's putting a kid in a candy store.
The thing is though, Dan, forgetting about Austin and Chloe, can we talk about Austin and Bobby? Because, I mean, that was an issue in itself.
You know what? Bobby needs to zip it sometimes.
Yes, thank you.
It's not funny. It's not funny.
what?
It's annoying. He's getting on my nerves big time.
Well, what about you guys? You've been in there. I mean, does Bobby involve himself in
Doesn't
things?
shut up.
All right,
He
well,
doesn't shut up.
Yes, exactly.
So, see, I said to Scoop this morning, I was like, I'm on Davro watch. So wherever Davro is,
make an item out of that.
I'm moving.
yeah, but you know,
Because, no, but the thing is, he doesn't stop. And he's a nice book, but I'll say, oh, I'm really enjoying the silence. Enjoying the silence. No. And you go, oh, I'm just going to the bathroom because, you know, it's a bit noisy. Oh, she's going to the bathroom. You're like, I know you can mimic, I know you can sing. Don't do it all the time.
And it's not funny.
It's not funny.
It's not funny.
I looked at it.
Sorry.
I know everybody. I looked at it a different way. You know, Bobby Davro was kind of the glue for the UK side. Maybe
Yeah?
I kind of understood him. I understood. Yes, he was. Now, come on, girl. What's wrong with you?
There was no glue here. There was no glue.
There was no glue for... Okay. Yesterday morning, last night, Gail comes around, because she always comes around with the batteries, right?
Yeah.
So...
Batteries.
For the microphone, not for the people.
Yeah. Hi, we're alive.
Soon as, you have to change the batteries, Gail will be like, hey, you want to change the batteries? She threw the battery at Bobby like, here, take the damn battery. and I was like, I looked at her, she said, and then she just walked off. So I knew there was some tension between them.
I want to see that, Gail.
No. See, that's the thing.
You can throw batteries at me anytime you want, darling. But listen, I want to talk about the real Big Brother power couple in the house. Not Stevie and Chloe.
It's going to be Austin and Jay.
Stevie and the Mankini. The Mankini's back! Mankini, Dan. Are we happy to see the return of the Mankini?
Well, Jake is.
You are.
Jake is.
Dan loves the monkey.
No, I don't. I mean, Stevie performing in any way makes me sick.
Oh, and there it is
makes
in all
me
its
completely
glory.
sick. It's absolutely awful. I remember when he was thrusting his way around this exact floor, and it's disgusting.
Seriously?
I mean, Jake, you're known for your physique. Let's be fair. Yeah. You're not bad on the eyes. What's the comparison there? You know, you live with him. Does he like flex?
You know what, right? Stevie is a lovely, lovely guy.
You live with him?
I lived with him.
On
and
X Factor?
I lived with him on X Factor. And he's a brilliant guy. And he's so... he doesn't cause any harm. He doesn't do anything wrong.
Oh,
But
no,
he
he's
walked
lovely.
around the house in a mankini in the X Factor every day. There was no cameras. He wasn't bothered. He did it to try and make people laugh. He does it to try and make people happy.
Point. I
That's all
want
he
to try
does.
and get to the bottom of.
He
You
hates
said that he does it off
confrontation. He
camera.
hates arguments. He hates it all. He did
It
it
makes
off
him
camera.
happy. Who
He's a nice
cares?
guy.
Me?
He got Stevie Girl back.
It makes him happy.
Stevie is a very, very nice person.
If that makes him happy to wear a mankini,
Whereas it's slightly
fuck
odd.
it. Wear a fucking mankini.
It is slightly odd.
Yeah,
So
Stevie's way
he
different.
turned up at the table last night, and Austin was having his thing with Chloe, and then Stevie turned up with his wig in his hand, his mankini on, and the towel wrapped around his waist, and they go, and he's going, "You don't want to see me angry," and I was like, "Really?"
I looked at him.
This is not really working.
When he did that, I looked at him. I said, "Man, sit your ass down."
Right, do you know what I really want to know? Quite important. Jenna and Natasha, I've got to come to you guys. So we've seen Jenna, you know, there was a bit of like a, you know, little bonding session between her and Natasha in tonight's show. Can them two ever get along, in your eyes? Will they get along, or are they just going to continuously clash, do you think?
Well, I got on really well with Natasha, and actually I got on really well with Jenna as well.
Yeah, and we saw that.
And Natasha, Jenna never did anything, well, not that I know, I don't know what they say behind my back, but to my face, they were never mean to me. But they had a proper stand-up row, and Natasha's an extremely strong, really lovely person, and she sticks up for what she believes in, and Jenna does as well. So I think that clash has happened, and they're just kind of you know when it's kind of just like
plates are just rubbing,
just rubbing a little bit, and I think they're both making a conscious effort. But
well, we're going to definitely be keeping an eye. Go on, Scoop.
Here's the thing about Natasha and Jenna. They both actually like each other.
Yeah.
They like each other.
I think you can see that deep down somewhere.
They like each other. You know, I think the problem is going to come right now when nominations go down.
Yeah.
When nominations go down, see, because from being in there, nominations, when you have to do nominations, people get all kinds of twisted. Gail was pissed off at me for 2 days. She didn't want to see because people get
people take it personally, but especially this week, we are going to see, I think, a couple of showdowns on Friday. That's all I'm going to say. But listen, Scoop and Gal have left the safety of Planet Big Brother, and they have crash-landed back on bot soil. So we're about to make that reality a whole lot worse with a traditional British roasting from our audience and panel. So we're going to start with a question for Gail.
Oh,
Jake,
God.
what's your question for Gail?
I swear to God, we've just met. And I have got a lot of pent-up anger going on here, and I've been really
Jake.
nice, and there's no teapot.
You can come clean my house, though. So, I live with Chloe, and I thought, just why did you kind of focus on the things she was doing and kind of not pick on, but kind of pick out what she was doing bad instead of the stronger housemates, the Farahs, the Jenners? Because what Chloe was doing, kissing Stevie and crying, didn't really seem like such a big deal when Farah and Jenna were kind of going at it with people. And not just those two, but other people.
I can answer
do you know what
that
I mean?
easily. I can answer that easily because you don't see everything that's going on all the time.
I realise that now.
And Chloe, Chloe, I'd say to her, right, OK, I've got a slight problem with you licking the face of Stevie and also, like, dry humping him in the bed next to me. And could you mind, you know, I'm kind of like, we're all on our own here. I don't mind you going for a cuddle or a kiss in private, but when you're actually, like, on top, I love you. No, I love you. No, I love you more. Do you know what I mean? It got a little bit too much. And then you'd say to Chloe, right, I find it a bit difficult that I'm picking up all your stuff all the time.
Picking up your damn stuff.
And it, literally, it's every day, and it's everywhere. There's stuff everywhere. And then you say, look, would you mind? And she goes, oh, I got sore hands. And then she'll go off.
And in there...
And so this is the thing. This is the thing. You don't see,
sore
right?
hands from what? That's what I don't want to know. Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying anything.
Let's slowly move on.
Is that what she's doing? Is that what's happening in there?
What's your
I did not say
question for
anything
Scoop?
naughty, but anyway, yeah, but it's too much.
All
It
right,
was too much.
Scoop. OK, you clearly thought you were going to win. But tonight, you've actually emerged the biggest loser from the house.
Oh!
How do you feel about that?
Please.
Go on, Scoop.
I love this. Here's the thing. I never said I was going to win. I said if I was able to complete the 28-day journey, I was happy with that. But I'll tell you to your face, I am the winner. And I'm going to tell you why I am the winner.
How?
Gail.
Here is why I am the winner. I met people I'll do business with for the rest of my life. I learned life lessons. I improved myself physically and mentally. I no longer have diabetes. My health is much better. And you know
32 pounds you lost.
2 pounds,
You're
2
looking
stone.
good. You're looking good.
And there are life lessons that I will take for the rest of my life. So as far as I'm concerned, and I stood up for what I felt was right, and I didn't back down, and because I didn't back down, I'm here, but I'm still a winner with the British public. So I'm here.
Gail, very quickly, I've got to ask. We had a little tweet come in. Gail, we had a tweet come in for you.
Really?
One of the questions was, were you after a waterproof mascara deal?
Yes, absolutely.
We've got to ask, because we can make that happen.
The thing is, I am emotional. I don't know if you noticed.
We know.
But you go in and you go into the dining room and, you know, it's very, you know, it's like... And you go in and they go, are you OK? And I go, yeah, I'm fine. Are you sure you're OK? No.
Well, Gail, we make dreams come true. I'm going to make that happen. That's right. Get up for Scoop and Gail. Come on. Coming up, they have flirted their way through passport control and they are both waiting to board Air Island for some toxic talk. Plus, we've got all the exclusive action live from the house. I'll see you after the break. Welcome back to Celebrity Big Brother's bit on the side. In a moment, Scoop and Gal are going to be straddling my jumbo. Oh, yeah. For a bit of toxic talk. But before takeoff, it is time to see how the housemates are coping without their Flower of Scotland and their resident rapper.
I feel guilty. I feel like we're the reason.
Why? I don't know, because
we're the
Gail and
reason
Scoop
Scoop
were like...
went. And
That-
Gail.
that's-
they
I think
stuck
that's-
up for us.
that's a valid emotion,
You
though.
didn't know the game you were playing. You were
we
playing
didn't.
your
They
game.
stuck up for us.
Like, no matter what,
you
Gail
know?
was like...
Yeah, but you were playing your game, and in your game, you'd saved him.
And you know what? I spoke to him
Gail.
about this. Your emotion when they were like, oh, actually, all the people you haven't nominated are the ones being evicted. That shit was real. And
Oh my God.
No, I was like faking it, like, because it fucked. It was fucked
Both
up
of
how
us,
they
like,
twisted that
were
to us.
wrecked. Like, and I'm usually good at like.
But you know what? I had a
when
clap in some
when
sort of
I
a thing,
feel
'cause
close
it's-
to somebody, I'm just like.
But you saved him. It just so happens you're in this house, and it twisted on its neck.
Yeah.
They're gutted. Well, listen, Scoop and Gail, your time in the house is sadly over. But if you could leave some baggage behind, what wouldn't you be checking into the hold? It's time to get... Excuse me. Scoop and Gail, you've cleared security and it's now time for departure, so please take your seats on Air Island. Scoop, if you'd like to take your seat.
If you're gonna fit me.
He's on. Gail, if you'd like to take your seat. There we go. OK, ladies and gentlemen, this is interesting. I'm going to fire some toxic questions at you and I want your rapid response. Are you ready? Are you ready?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's time for takeoff. Scoop.
Yes.
Who is the most toxic waste of space in the house?
I can't say that.
Gail, why did you self-appoint yourself as Janice's maid?
Because I was scared.
Scoop, would you ever do a duet with Natasha?
In 10 seconds.
Gail, which housemate would you send on a plane far, far away from the house?
Well, Chloe lives away, far away in the house, so Chloe.
Scoop, Team UK or Team USA?
USA!
No, he's loyal. Gail, did you complain about the PDAs because you fancy Steve?
No.
Scoop, would you ever star in one of Jenna's films?
Yeah, I would.
Gail, would you rather live with Farah for a whole year or be stuck in a plain toilet with Janice?
Farah.
Scoop, did you secretly get off on the power of presidency?
I fucking loved it.
Who's the bitchiest housemate?
Farah and Austin.
Oh, time's up! Well done, yes! Listen, that is it for tonight. A massive thank you to my fantastic panel and our audience. Thank you. I'm going to be back here tomorrow at 11, tomorrow night, with my panel of Baggy Brawl, Karen McGibbon, Kate Thornton, and a special tribute to the late, great Joan Rivers. Until then, I'll see you tomorrow. Night-night. Thank you! Yeah.
My brother.
I loved it!